test your faith right now. We're going to see who can walk on the water and who just talks to talk.
There you go.
You fired.
No, I just want to say something very briefly. 2 times there were storms in Jesus' ministry, and the disciples were involved with it. First storm, Matthew chapter 8, will be right up here in Capernaum. We'll go there later. And they sailed over to the Gadarene area. So kind of 3/4 across the Sea of Galilee. This is when Jesus was asleep in the boat. This is when they woke him up, and he said to them, "Oh, ye of little faith." So, and then he calmed the storm. Peace, be still. Second time, and by the way, you know, if you've been in any of the classes I've taught, you know that, or many of the classes I've taught, you know that shalom really means the removal of anarchy and tumult around you, resulting in calm and tranquility. So whenever you say shalom, it's like, may the tumult be removed from you. May the anarchy be removed that's trying to stop you. And in the result of that, may you walk in tranquility and calm. So when he said shalom, or peace to the waves, is saying anarchy be removed. Tranquility take its place. So it takes authority to do that. So Jesus, we know, had great authority. The people marveled at his authority. Second time we find that he was involved in a storm was then in Matthew 14. In Matthew 14, they're going across from right here, straight across the Sea of Galilee to those mountains over there, the Gadarene area. And this time, Jesus is not in the boat. This time the disciples are expected to know what to do. First time was a teaching moment. Second time was, we're going to see if you learned what you were supposed to learn. Jesus was up in the mountains. We don't know how far up in the mountains he was. We don't know which mountain he was. But wherever he was, he could see them by the fourth watch in the morning. By 6 o'clock in the morning, they had not reached the other side yet because the wind was contrary. He goes to them on the water. Now, how long do you think it took him if he just walked at a normal pace? This is a little mystery. So let's just say he was on this mountain over here, or maybe higher on that mountain over there. It just says Jesus was alone on the mountain. We don't know where. How long do you think it took him to climb down and to get out here, or did he climb down?
Yeah.
See, this is the question. If he can walk on the water, did he climb down? We're not sure. This is something we need to think about. Because it'd take a long time for him to climb down that mountain and to get out here, or to climb down that mountain and get down here. So when you're here, everything takes on a new perspective. You read a verse and you think, well, of course, Jesus just came down from the mountain. You get here and you go, whoa, that took a long time to come down from that mountain. See? So it puts a whole new perspective. Everything that you're doing, you're going to find has a new perspective. Something that you never knew. You think, well, he just walked from Bethany to Nazareth. You go, well, wait, that's going to take a day and a half in order to do that, or 2 days. So you start learning some of the timelines that happened with him. But here, somewhere here, he walked on the water, and when he got in the boat, and John, it says this, in John chapter 6, verse 21, it says, when Jesus got in the boat, they were immediately at the other side. So let's imagine they're right here, and then Jesus gets in the boat, and instantly they're over there. Not even a second goes by, and they're instantly over there. So now when you read that passage, you have a whole new appreciation about what it took to get a boat, maybe this size, because they were fishing boats. And so a boat, because it said he had to climb down out of the boat, so it wasn't just a rowboat. So he climbed down out of the boat, Peter did, and he walked a few steps on the water. And so then he comes back in, Jesus says, oh, you have little faith. I don't think he was saying to Peter, by the way, I don't think he was saying, oh, Peter, you had little faith. If he had little faith, he wouldn't have gotten out of the boat. I don't think he was saying, oh, you had little faith about walking on the water. I think he was saying, why did you doubt I would be here? Because I think the enemy raised a wave up between Jesus and Peter. And he was wondering, because it says something very interesting in Mark. It says that Jesus would have passed them by had they not cried out. So he wouldn't even come in to help them. He was just going from there to there. He would have passed them by. So Peter, he's out on the water. He's thinking, Jesus wasn't even coming to help me. Is he here now when I can't see him? Every one of us have to come to a place in our life where we go, I can't see Jesus. Is he here now? Every one of us will face moments in our life where we come to that, I can't see him, I can't feel him, I can't hear him, but is he here now? Wave goes down, and Jesus is standing right there and reaches down and says, why did you doubt? I don't think he's saying, why did you doubt you could walk on water? I think he was saying, why did you doubt I would be here? Right. Well, anyway, we have a new perspective on those two passages in Matthew 8 and Matthew 14. So enjoy the view, take a lot of pictures.